Oh man, I'm tired. Good morning, Axial Scale Builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. Hope you're having a good start to your morning. All that good stuff. Got a good night's rest. Got some good coffee to start the day. Oh, man. Season 2. Episode 2 of ScaleWars. Here, right now. So, today, we're just going to jump right on into it, man. Last week was off the hook. You guys seem to like it. I'm stoked on it. So, we're just going to keep it rolling. This week we're doing 1.9 rates, man. 1.9 rates. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. I really like 1.9 rates. It's actually how I personally feel Axial should have came out with the Wraith. No offense, I have a Wraith that's still standard with, with AR-60s, but something about a 1.9 Wraith on them AR-44s or the original SCX-10 Gen 1 Axials, just, man. Anyways, let's get into it. I'll see you guys on the battleground. Yay! All right, everybody, welcome back to the battleground. It's about to go down. Before we jump into it, though, I just want to go ahead and give everybody a friendly reminder. This is a community effort. It's not just about me, so jump in the comments section. You can leave as many comments as you would like. Just one rule, and that is, if you can't play nice, just don't play. It's about giving criticism in a constructive manner. It's about giving feedback, tips, tricks, concepts, ideas, just anything to spark the imagination and motivate people to always want to level up with their building, always want to do better, always want to get more creative. And basically the best way I found to do that is through community inspiration. Everybody just kind of giving honest feedback in a positive, constructive manner. It's phenomenal what it can do for people. So that being said, please, you guys, jump in the comments, play along with me here, and let's just have some fun this morning. First up, we have, okay, what do we have here? We've got a Bronco. Oh, one other thing. Obviously there's no inlay of me and my talking little figurehead today. I just wanted to try it both ways. You guys let me know how you like it. Do you like having me down in the corner, or do you prefer to have me off screen and mainly just have the screen filled with this truck here like this? So anyways, all right, first up today we have this, I think it's a Bronco anyways, but we have this build from Chris Hamlink, and is that Hamelink. Okay, he left a pronunciation here for me. Thank you, Chris. And he is out of Bristol, Tennessee. Yeah, Bristol, Tennessee here in the United States. He is 35 years of age. Looks like he's been subscribed to ESP for 2-ish years, he says. So that's a decent amount of time. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And anyone else that subscribed recently, or if you're watching right now, you're thinking about it, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. We do, ScaleWars every Saturday, and we've got content dropping basically daily around here. So that being said, he started building RCs in, looks like 2005, 2006 era. This project we're looking at right here, he calls it Nazgul. He says, get it? Wraith, horse, Lord of the Rings. I get it, Chris. I get it. So the detailed part and paint list is, let's see, T-Max shocks, T-Max springs in the front, stock SCX-10 axles, RC 4-wheel drive front links, RC 4-wheel drive drag link, fake stabilizer, basically is what that is. RC 4-wheel drive 1.9 Mickey Thompson Baja claws, RC 4-wheel drive 35-turn crawler motor, homemade pan hard brackets, homemade spare tire carrier, homemade front battery mount, stock Axial 1.9 wheels with locked up RC wheel wideners, rings, and hardware. Proline Bronco body cut to fit the chassis. He says not the same body as the one that was designed for the Wraith. Okay, so I think it's this must be actual like SCX-10 style body then. He says, P.S. I know I will hide the wires when I get a brushless setup. Alright, but until then, you're still going to get it, man. You're still going to get it. Alright, so build classification, basically, oh, it's a little bit of everything here. He says, oh, there, Google. Whoa, there, Google. Back off, lady. Alright, so basically he puts it down as a little bit of everything here. He clicked a few different ones. It's a trail truck, you know, it's a crawler, it's a, you know, it's a little everything for him. A do-it-all sort of build here. And on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it a 7, it looks like, which, yeah, it's not too bad, you know, it's you know, that's not too bad. He's giving himself kind of an in the middle score there. Now, who would you like to give a shout out to? He says ETC, East Tennessee Crawlers. And also he says, you for the great ideas and the inspiration to do better for competitions like this. Thank you, Josh. You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome, sir. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at his build here. You guys have probably had a chance to kind of eyeball it here. I got to find my buttons here. All right, there we go. First off, like right off the bat, I gotta say it looks cool. It looks like a Bronco. You know, what I would equate to a highly modified Bronco sitting on 40s or something like that. It's a good looking rig. I like it. Now, as far as upgrades and stuff, he was talking about his panhard bar and his brackets and all this stuff up here. I can kind of see that already, and it's looking pretty good. Hardware is looking pretty good. Looks like he's missing a little bit of hardware right there. Also missing one right there. But you know what, though? Sometimes people take hardware out that's not really needed, too. I know that in my Wraith, I only use the outside 2 screws here. I don't use the 2 on the inside. It's looking good, man. I like that he's got the doors cut open and the cage exposed there, the seat exposed. I really like that. The Wraith, out of all the SCX-10s and Wraiths and Bombers and everything, you know, from Axial, the Wraith, the original Wraith, has the best interior, hands down. And I actually wish they'd do more interiors like that myself. So now let's talk about, well, I like these wheels too. I can't really tell much about them, but I like the beadlock rings. I like the color. I like the depth of the wheels. Now let's talk about some things I'm not really fond of here. First off would be the fact that you retain this original bumper. I know that you did it because, well, why not? It's, you know, a bumper. It's kind of protection. But in all honesty, I hate them. That's just a personal thing. I just don't like them. I would rather see the lights in the grill here more than anything. Or if you're going to keep it, at least keep most of the lights in the grill here as well and have this run through it or something. But I don't know. I hate not having anything in the front. It just completely takes away from the scale nature of it. Even in a full build, you know, crazy build, you know, trophy trucks and U4 rigs and all that, they like to try to retain the grill just to keep the spirit of the vehicle. So that's just a thought, you know, it's my own personal opinion there. And another thing I'm not too fond of is the T-Max or Traxxas shocks. Not hating on them or anything. I'm just not too fond of them because they're not really a scale shock. But then again, you know, it's not the most scale rig right out of the box right here, you know, but it's on its way. So as you do more and more to it, I would say try to find a more realistic looking shock to go with it, and maybe just something a little bit smaller diameter, outside diameter, because the giant coils is what really takes away from it. The battery, maybe build a little piece that hides your battery. All you would really need is just a piece of Lexan painted black that just came all the way out to the fender, and you wouldn't even be able to see that battery anymore. And then what else? I see you still got the plastic rear links on the lower part. You'll probably wind up having to replace those. Other than that, man, there's not a lot that I can be like, ooh, I don't like that. It's actually a pretty cool looking rig. And as far as on the axles, you know, as you build those up, some disc brakes or some form of brake looking material going on down there would be pretty cool. Same in the back, you know, whether it's like those brass hubs or anything really, you know, disc brakes. There's a lot of different options now. But it's looking really good, man. You're off to an awesome start. yeah, let's keep it moving. We've looked at this picture quite a bit now. Ooh, right up front. Looking pretty good. It's a little wonky, that bumper there. You can see, you can see that it's not really centered. You know, I can tell the camera's not that centered either, but still, you can see that it's definitely higher on this side. And I think that, you know, just one more reason to get rid of that bumper. I know from my own experience, because I have a Wraith and I have busted the snot out of my bumper. It drove me nuts forever. It looks good though. Keep these though. You could always add some sway bars, like the Curry anti-rock sway bars would be cool, and you can run them right through these. Boom, right through that. What else could we do here? It looks good, man. There's not a lot I would say to do. You could shave down that screw right there. It would help keep from getting caught up, or if your tire ever gets pushed over too far, it'll keep it from getting caught on that and ripping the tire. I've had that happen in the past. Looking good. Let's keep moving. Interior shot, looking good. Oh, I see the wires we're talking about here. I can see the balancing plug. I can see, I don't know what this other wire is here. Battery wires on the other side. Yeah, but he's aware of it. He said so himself. He's aware of it. So, his station set to rock. Here's a top shot, looking down on it. Basically factory looking Wraith, you know, other than being a 1.9. I like the tire mounted on the rear. That's a real cool touch. I like that a lot, actually. Let's keep it moving. There's that battery wire setup in the, you know, you actually don't really have to have that exposed, your antenna here. You can actually have that completely hidden, and it'll still drive, you know, way further away from you than you would want it to most of the time. Just throwing that out there. There's a back shot. Booty's looking good on this one. I like that you retain this original, you know, axial tire mount piece. I have been looking for one of those forever. I have one here somewhere in the shop, and I cannot find it to save my life. I want it. I gotta find one. And I like these 1.9 Wraiths. I'm getting ready to build one myself. Ooh, missing hardware on the 4-link. You're gonna want to handle that, sir. This will get loose back here. You got a lot of plastic going on. Definitely get that all fastened down nice and tight. I know from experience that can get nasty. I used to break these all the time, actually. It was really bad for a while. Underneath, looking pretty good. See the battery though. The battery is not that pretty. Don't like seeing that. The bottom of this interior is not so pretty. You can spray paint that black. It would look so much better under here. Spray paint that black. Spray paint your battery black, or put, you know, put something there, a piece of black plastic so you can't see it. And the front there, some cool looking terrain. Tires are looking good. He's got the axial scale hubs on there. Smart move. I like that. I like it a lot, actually. He's plugged in, so this is definitely an action shot. He's out moving. Got a tire off the ground in the back. I see that. Alright, let's keep it going. This is a good looking rig, man. So what I would say personally, just for me, is, you know, get the rear links sorted out. So, you know, you have matching links front and rear, all metal. Get some form of disc brakes in there, just some cheap ones or something even. Get some seat belts on the seats. Hide those wires. Get a couple of figures in there, you know, at least one figure, a driver, but even having a couple would be cool. Get some scale details, like throw a cooler in the back. You would always have a cooler, a fire extinguisher, maybe a shovel, you know. A shovel is something you usually have in a high lift jack. Those are things you would see out on the trail, even in a rig like this a lot of times. What else? A snap, a CB or something on the dash. I don't really know, but you don't really have to go too crazy on the scale accessories, because it's a trail rig. You know, it's not like an overland rig or anything. It's just a trail rig, a rock crawling rig. So yeah, I think little things like that would look good. I like the fact that you don't have a bunch of stickers all over it, actually. And yeah, man, there's really not a lot else I would change. I think you're doing a good job. You know, get some recovery gear on there. Winch would be nice. And there's a man right there. It's Chris, correct? Yep, Chris Hamelink. So Hamelink. I got to remember there's that "ah" in there. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking the time to submit your build. I know how long it takes to build these things. Put your time, effort into them. Something tells me it performs good because you put a lot of time into that geometry. I could tell that just by looking at the bracketry and stuff you got going on up front. It looks nice. I really like it. The proportions are good. Everything's really good on it, man. It just, seems to be a little unfinished, so I would really focus on just the little details at this point and get it buttoned up, man. Resubmit it, and I'd like to see it one more time. So that being said, you guys, you know what to do. Jump in the comments, give Chris some feedback. Also, if you guys are looking to enter your builds, you want to get them here on the show, you want to get that feedback, just get them in the spotlight. Maybe you got some parts on there you're looking to show off, or something cool like some stickers, or you're just proud of your build. You want it to be shown to the masses. Get it submitted, www.extremescaleperformance.com. Slide over to the ScaleWars tab. Everything you need to know is right there. And yeah, you can sign up, check the scoreboard, all that good stuff. See where everyone's stacking up, and get your build submitted. That being said, on to our next entry. Alright, you guys, we've got our second entry of the day. This one is from a gentleman named Joel Chamberlain, and Joel is out of, forgive me if I get this wrong, but it's Westtown, New Plymouth, Taranaki, New Zealand, if I got that right. I believe I got that right. He is 34 years of age, and he's from New Zealand. Can we please get a round of applause? No, I'm stoked though, man. I love it. You guys know me, man. I get excited when I see people from around the world submitting their builds. I think it's great that we're reaching outside of my country. We're reaching other countries, and that's just, to me, that's phenomenal. So anyways, 34 years of age. He's been subscribed to ESP for around a year now, but he says he's been watching on YouTube for longer. So thank you very much for that, Joel. I do appreciate that, man. I really do. Now, as far as when he started building RCs, looks like he started building RCs 12 years ago, on and off, he says. Project name, the one that we're looking at here, he just calls it the 1.9 Wraith. Simple as that. And, before we get into all the details here, I just want to say, to the untrained eye, it just looks like a poison spider Wraith. But there's so much more to this one, man. It's definitely in the subtleties. So as far as the details go, part and paint list, it basically goes like this here. OG RTR Wraith, poison spider body, because no one seems to do them anymore. Custom detailed interior, best driver figure of all time, the Wild Willie. I gotta agree with him on that. Stock spawn tranny with stock OG drive shafts, stock SCX 10 axles, custom links all around. 12-inch wheelbase, he says. VP axle panhard mount, RC 4-wheel drive Wraith CMS servo mount, ProTech heavy duty servo, RC 4-wheel drive 35-turn brushed motor, G-Made ESC G-Made transition 100mm shocks, hot racing rear sway bar, shock lowering mounts, axial light kit, Incision KMC 1.9 wheels, Axial 1.9 BFG's RTR compound, twin hammer clone wheel is a spare, and cheap alloy unbranded steering link, he says. Has a lot of stock parts still because I don't replace parts until they break. Build classification is basically a trail truck, he says, or a trail truck or a crawler. And where we go here is on a scale of 1 to 10, he's only going to rate this a 4. I don't know about that. We'll see. Maybe he's got some other builds that are pretty crazy. But as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says, guys like yourself making videos for us to watch. Thank you. And my partner for not and my partner for not getting too angry with me spending heaps of time in the shed working on RCs, ATVs, and four-wheel drives. Man, that's awesome. Thank you first off, and you're welcome as well. And it's always nice to have a partner that's willing to put up with our crazy hobbies. So yeah, awesome, man, awesome. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this, man. He gave it a really low score of 4, and I gotta say, I don't think I can agree with that. First off, I gotta say, proper use of the hood pins. Okay, I'm always complaining about the hood pins, and you know, I've had this debate with a handful of people. This is one way to pull off the hood pins, is to get really small hood pins, relocate everything, and get them in the proper hood pin mounting location for, you know, where it would be on a 1-to-1, which is going to be up towards the front of the hood. So, you know, it's still not the most scale thing in the world, but it's a proper effort, a proper attempt to make something that we, you know, have all grown used to over the years a little bit more realistic. So I commend you on your effort there. Winch is looking good. Lights are looking good. That's a good way to spruce up the factory bumper, because I can't stand the factory bumper. Problem with that is, though, it kind of goes with these Wraith bodies decently. Still not a fan of that factory bumper, but he did a good job making it look a lot better. KMC wheels look proper. I like that he's got the hubs on there, the covers. BFGs are looking really nice. Those BFGs are actually really like, it got me with the yawn. Those BFGs are actually really good looking tire, and they do really good, especially if you get a little bit of weight on them, or you get the super soft, that R compound. The net, I like. The driver, obviously, I like. Spare, I can see that back there. It's looking good so far. It's looking good. All right, let's keep moving. Here's the rear shot. Booty, booty, booty. Looking good, man. It's looking good. You know, something I'd like to see, instead of just having these lights up here and then having stickers down here, get rid of these, you know, and cut those out and actually mount some real lights in here and make those functional, you know, make them work. That would be a awesome little upgrade for a you know, Lexan body like this. So in the back, this is looking good. Looks like he's got a sway bar or something going here. I can see some extra links going to the axles. Ooh, man, he's got the lineup going over here. Now, we ain't here to talk about these other ones, but those are looking pretty good. And it shows the scale's pretty cool. You know, the scale's fairly on there. Yeah, it's looking good, man. Can't see a whole lot from this angle except for the pissed off Wild Willie's driver. Underneath, yeah, this is one of my favorite things to look at. He's got everything blacked out, looking good. That's what I was talking about on the other one. You know, you can black out the bottom of that interior. It'll look a lot better. He's got everything wrapped up here. Heat shrink or something, I'm not really sure. Up front, looking good. You can see the high lift jack through there. I don't really see the battery though, so that's good. I don't see a battery in the back. I don't really see it up front either. Oh yeah, I see it right here, just the corner of it though, so not too bad. He could probably black that little corner off and he won't even notice it at all. There's something over here too. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I see the red wire. Could just be for the lights, but it looks good. You know, it's what I'm always talking about. You just black everything out underneath, and it just makes it look a lot cleaner, slicker, and things don't. I don't know. Things don't. They don't look so unrealistic for some reason. There's the interior Wild Willie driver. If you guys aren't familiar with Wild Willie drivers, they're pretty slick. I don't have any, but I've always wanted one. You know, a lot of my favorite builds have always rocked these drivers. You know, it would be funny, actually, now I think about it, would be to do a Wild Willie driver, but paint him to look like me and have some beard and some dreads sticking out from under the helmet. That would be pretty funny. There's a front shot there, looking nice. Geometry is looking pretty good. Things are fairly even. It didn't look too worked out. It's hard to keep these, you know, front ends on these Wraiths from looking warped out for some reason. But I like it. It's looking good. That winch is looking pretty wicked. I don't know, man. You know, same thing. You could benefit from some scale details, you know, the disc brakes, things like that. You know, I know you have a lot of factory parts on here, but once you get axle housings and things like that, it'll look a lot better. Same with the front, doing the lights. Get rid of the stickers, do real lights, and there would look awesome. Ooh, that looks good from the side. And this is what I'm talking about. The proportions are really nice on this. You really got the wheelbase dialed. I mean, that looks so good. Best use of the poison spider body that I've seen, I think, so far. Just looks great. This I would like to see, you know, the Wraith come from the factory with, you know, this type of geometry, this type of setup. I just really like this. I'm going to be building a 1/9 Wraith myself, so this is very inspirational when I see stance like this. I mean, look at how flat that is down there. I don't know if you guys are into that, but I mean, look at this. Look at the links lined up with the skid. It's just really nice. Really, really nice. Another one, same thing. Having the real high lift would be better. I can see your high lift is all curved, but still looks pretty good. Boom, look at that. Got them shifters going on. Those are custom shifters, it looks like. I see custom seat belts in the back. Yeah, that's cool. I'm digging that. I like the fact that you put the fire extinguisher right there. I like the fact that you got the custom shifter going on. The wheels painted up nicely. Definitely took the time to do a lot of detail here. And you made the seat belts that are hanging here match the seat belts that you have on him. That's a smooth move. I like that. Ooh, there's an interior shot. This is looking nice. And see, oh, there we go. So you actually brought out the straps and glued them to the guy's shoulder and then painted it from the rest down. Okay, that's a pretty good move right there. That looks good. Man, he did some solid effort here. I like it. On-off switches underneath there. I can see it, but I like the fact that it's down there and, you know, basically out of sight, out of mind, instead of being over here where it's right in, you know, the middle of everything. It's easy to see. Hope you're not that Sunday driver. Yeah, it looks good, man. This is a really, really cool build. Oh, there he is. So this is Joel, you guys. Joel, thank you so much, man. Your build is pretty wicked, dude. I appreciate your support. Honest to God, this is probably one of the coolest 1/9 races. You know, I'm not going to say it's the coolest, but it's definitely up there. For me, just based off the fact that you did so many small details, you know, the little things, just, I see effort. That's what I see when I look at this build. I see a lot of effort going into the little things, and you're not sacrificing your performance to do it. So please keep it up. I love this style of building. It's definitely something that resonates with me, and I hope to see more of it. Definitely resubmit as you continue. So you guys know what to do. Jump in the comment section. Give my man some feedback. I'm sure he would appreciate it. Let him know if you like it. Let him know if you don't. Let him know what you would change, what you would do if it was yours. Do you have something like this? You know, you already build one with the poison spider body. Let him know. That being said, all right, Joel, everybody, on to our third and final contestant. Let's do it. All right, you guys, we've got our third and final contestant today, and this one's kind of a special one for me. You know, before we even get into this, a lot of you guys are already going to know, it's just the second that you saw this in the thumbnail, what the deal was. This vehicle belongs to a friend of mine, a gentleman named Alec Van Brink, and I'll go through and read all the stuff just like I do with everybody else's, but there's a reason why this one's special. This one was stolen, and it was stolen Oh, dude, I get irritated just thinking about it. It was stolen at Axial Fest, okay? And I don't like talking about that because I don't want people to think that Axial Fest is this big, thieving rink and people stealing trucks everywhere. But, there's a couple of things that have been taken, and it's definitely enough of a warning, that people should keep an eye on their things. Definitely keep their stuff secured at Axial Fest. Don't just leave it all out and trust everybody, because not everybody there is family. So, but Alec put an unbelievable amount of effort into this, and I know there's going to be a lot of stuff you'll see here that he's not going to get the best score still, but it's because there's a lot of things that are still missing and could be improved on. But that's beside the point. The point for me is Alec dumped so much passion into this build. I watched it develop over quite some time, and I've driven it personally. I've driven it myself, and I've driven with him. I've trailed around behind it and watched him drive it, and the way it performed and the love he put into it, the custom parts from Word he made, and just all the stuff from CKRC, and the mileage that he racked up on it. It just, I don't know. It just really was heartbreaking to have it get stolen like that. And, I drove around with him and we tried to find it, and it just, I don't know. I was mad. It's probably a good thing we didn't find it when he was driving around me, because who knows how I would have reacted. So, that being said, if anyone's ever seen this out there before and it's not with Alec, please feel free to DM me, hit me in the messages somewhere, and I'll even give you a reward, whether it be some cash or something, if somebody can return this vehicle. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive into this just like it's still around, man. This is kind of like a memorial for Alec's rig. Since then he's built some cool rigs, some other stuff, but this one was just one of a kind. There's nothing else out there like it. So let's get into it just like anything else. This one's submitted to us from a gentleman named Alec Brink. Alec is out of Reno, Nevada, here in the United States. He is 23 years of age. He let's see. He's been subscribed to ESP for how long now? Let's see. He says, recent subscriber, but have watched ESP for years. Yeah, I know. And I was going to give him a hard time for it, but he has been watching for a long time. He's been supporting for a long time. So shout out to you, Alec. I appreciate it, man. Now, let's see. Where was I on here? He says he started building RCs in 2009. This project we're looking at right here, he calls it the 4488 Torqued RC Media Jeep TJ. It's an Axial 1.9 Wraith. Detailed paint and part list goes something like this. It's a little hefty, so bear with me here. Let's see. He says, this is my hardcore rock rig / Ultra 4 car. It's heavy. It has a ton of power, and I will shove boulders with it as if it was an RC version of Thor's hammer. Yeah, and he's not lying. He does too. Now the chassis and cage, Axial Wraith based, JCAD frame rails, already made custom race cage insert, front bumper and battery tray, custom kick-up rear end and spare tire holder, CBE RC Fab shock keys as an integral mount brace point for the rear suspension, Axial aluminum post and bracing throughout, original Wraith skid plate, circa 2012, suspensions 4-link front, trailing arm rear, front ends 4mm solid rod lower links, custom uppers, K-Best MFG limit straps, Axial Icon coilovers, rear end is Wordy made trailing arms, Vanquish Products rear upper links, Vanquish Products Curry anti-rock sway bar, Axial Icon coilovers, K-Best MFG limit straps, and custom rock sliders, double shear trailing arm mounts. Now the front axle, Vanquish XR with Curry F9 housing, Axial HD overdrive gears, locked up RC FI spool, Axial XR10 universals, Elvis RC axle truss, Avid bearings, Vanquish Wraith knuckles and C-hubs, Axial narrow hexes, custom tie rod and drag link, Axial rear OT6 TKO housing and truss. Axial HD 38 to 13 gears. Stock locker and just slightly bent stock SCX10 rear axle shafts. Now avid bearings. Now the trans, and this is where I gave him a slide, you guys, because it's not technically the axial transmission, but it is the AX2 from RC 4-wheel drive, which is meant to be kind of like a 2-speed version of the axial transmission. So, and plus this, this is a memorial shout out. So the trans is RC 4-wheel drive AX2 with HD outputs. Axial wild bore HD drive shafts are the fuse to my sometimes questionable driving. The wheels and tires are, let's see, RC 4-wheel drive race lines, Axial BFG crawlers, Crawler Innovation single stage foam. Electronics are Castle Mamba Micro X and Tekin 2300 kV, Rock 412, Spectrum DX4C, Castle BEC at 7 volts, Protect 170T servo and axial horn, Tactic shift servo, 3S 6000 milliamp battery. The lighting is 5-inch LED light bar, 2-inch rear strobing amber LED bar, headlights, one RC 4-wheel drive Baja Designs light pod, other one got ripped off, all powered by 3S. Accessories and miscellaneous, he says the cockpit is fully boxed in with custom Lexan firewalls, front and rear and driver and passenger side floorboards. Custom aluminum dash, steering wheel fell off at a rock race last year, never replaced it. It has a driver seat. Grill is from a New Bright Jeep TJ hard body. He says he added axial round light buckets to it and 5mm LEDs for headlights. And then rear 3D printed fuel cell holds the 850 3S pack for lights, basically all K&K hardware. Panel and paint is custom cut Lexan panels, Duratrax Comp Orange, Basic Black, and Rock Rash. Then the decals cut by Sick Rides out of Las Vegas. Hashtag because race car. Hashtag it's a rock, get over it. Build classification, he says, is basically everything. Trail truck, comp crawler, Ultra 4, all that good stuff. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, he basically rates this one a 6, which I'd say he's being a little light on this one because of all the stuff done to it, but that's alright. As far as who he'd like to give a shout out to, he says, first off, CKRC Hobbies, Wordy Made, Elvis RC, 1.9 Wraith Crew, yeah, and professional shots taken by Mike Hitt. Shout out to Mike Hitt. I've met him. Him and his son, both phenomenal drivers, and he is also a great photographer. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this build. First thing I'm going to say is I think it's just sick. This thing is, well, I already said it kind of earlier. It's just one of a kind, and I really like the look of it. I like the stance, the profile. Love the performance aspect of it. I love the just the sheer amount of work that he put into it to make it happen. The way he made the Wordy Made links or rear trailing arms mount up, everything, the way he integrated basic axial parts along with custom fabricated parts, it's got a really unique look to it, and I really like that. A lot of thought and time put into it. One of the things that I know about Alec is he loves his BFGs, and I'm with him on that. BFGs are pretty dope tires. He runs the snot out of them. He swears by them. They do good, and I've seen him work on this build. So, yep, he did. I gotta go with him on that. Those BFGs do perform. So, yeah, man, it's just a good-looking rig. One of the things that's driving me absolutely insane is you got to get the steering wheel back on there. If we get this rig back for you, you got to get the steering wheel back on there. Something else that I would have done differently is I would have got some sort of scale hubs on there as well. Getting the scale hubs would have definitely helped out. Seeing the raw thread sticking out is kind of a buzzkill. But we're not going to beat him up too much on this, man, because it's, I don't want him at home crying over this thing, man. It makes me sad just thinking about it. But it's such a killer looking rig. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this thing's just awesome, man. You can see the dash in there. You can see the steering wheel. I can see some other stuff too. I'm not too fond of. Like, I don't even know what that thing is, but yeah, it's not scale, and I can see the BEC sitting there. So there was definitely, you know, some room for improvement on the interior for sure. But everything else, for the most part, was just really, really good. Let's keep it going. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. It's really, I just want to get it on here for Alec, just to kind of commemorate it, you know, show it off to you guys because it's such a one-of-a-kind build, give you guys some cool inspiration. It's kind of hard to critique something that got stolen, you know, so. But it looks great, you know, some scale hubs really is, I think, all that's really missing from the outside here. Some scale hubs would have been really cool, and yeah, that's really it, man. This thing is so sweet. I like the limiting straps, always a nice touch. I need to get me some of those, actually. I love the icon shocks. Love the trailing arms from Already Made. Just everything is super cool on this, man. There we go. That rear axle, that ATT6 axle, I like those a lot. I actually have one of those myself. And then I didn't use the truss on mine though, because mine's leaf sprung. But I like that, and I like that he's got the Curry anti-rock back there. Looks like it's all shimmed out for it and everything. It's a good looking rig, man. Makes me sad kind of looking at this thing, but you know, it's good for people to see. It got the American flag on there. Here's his light in the rear, BFG back there. Good looking rig. Lots of Team K&K hardware. I don't know if you guys are noticing that, but there's Team K&K hardware everywhere. And look at this, like this right here, the bent part right here. I like that. That's a cool move. Front shot, looking pretty good. That TJ grill on there. Just bolted it right to it. Looks good. You got rid of that factory bumper. Curry axle up front's looking pretty good. I like that he mixed the axles. He got the F9 from Curry, and then he got the ATT6 axle in the back. I like that. Yeah, not so fond of that steering link though. Just all that thread on there. I think he got rid of that later on, if I remember right. I think he wanted to put like a whatchamacallit over the top of it, but I could be wrong. I feel like he did, but alright. Another side shot, just the other side, looking good. Only see a little bit of wires in there. Definitely would like to see those go away, but it's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. There's the interior. I was looking for that. Pretty nice for the most part, but just building up, you know, some simple panels. You know, make it look like aluminum paneling that went over this, so it would have a tunnel that hides the shift servo and all that stuff, and you know, hides all the wiring and everything. You could even have like a flap that opens up so you could access all of it. Have all your wires hidden in there. That would have been a really nice, smooth, easy way of hiding all this stuff here. Looks good though. Definitely looks good. Some Scale hardware in there. I like that. Looking good. Top shot. Bottom shot. The top shot, I like that you can see this too. It's 3D printed. I don't like that you can see the lines in 3D printed stuff, but you can, you know, there's ways around that now too. They're doing this vapor tech stuff that's pretty cool. I like it, man. Same thing, he did the small clips up front. You know, not a bad idea. I like it. You can see here he's got the hinges bolted on, so it did actually flap up. This thing's slick, man. This was definitely a builder's ride, or a builder/driver's ride, you know. Axle's looking good. I like it, man. There's really not a lot I can say. A little bit of wires to, you know, need to be managed, covered up, but other than that, it just looks good, man. All the links are looking proper. Everything's looking real proper. He, like he said, he kept those factory wild boars hopefully as a you know, like a weak link, but in all honesty, they're pretty dang strong. I don't know what else to say about it, man, other than it's just really cool, and I miss it, and it sucks that it got taken. Here's a full setup with the chase truck, which was awesome to see at Axial Fest, just the whole thing all set up. Him and Elvis RC were just, they're killing it. Oh, man, I love it. I think it's super cool. You know, there's, like I said, there's definitely room for improvement on the interior, but it's off to a good start, and I just miss it, you know. And look at the cage work was nice. He has that mixed with the factory stuff. It's just slick, man. And there he is. It's hard to see him, but he's the nerdy looking dude over here on the right. He's in better shape than me. He's always out hiking and running with these trucks. He does the ultra enduro stuff, the 5K stuff. He's just, man, he's a beast, dude. He's got a bunch of stuff now. He's got a bomber and like some other rigs. So yeah, his KJ build is really slick. So anyways, you guys, and honestly, him and his brother were both on in season 1. So, but anyways, you guys, that's Alec's build. I really like it personally. You guys jump in the comments, let me know what you think. I did go ahead and score it, you know, anyways, just I figured what the heck, we might as well. And hopefully, you know, somebody that watches this show will know somebody that saw it, that, you know someone that has it or stole it. And you can, you know, get us turned on to who it is anonymously, and we can get it back to him, you know, and I can get you a reward for that. So anyways, that being said, it's been a pretty good episode, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be back doing this. I think we're off to a fairly strong start here for ScaleWars. You guys get all your builds submitted, man. I want to see them all submitted. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, crazy builds like these 1-9 race, or, you know, crazy builds like the last episode that we just did, or if they're, you know, just factory with some upgrades that you bolted on and, you know, a little custom work you did to make it your own. It does not matter. We're not here to tell you that you did a bad job, or, you know, that you're noob, or you're not good, or whatever. We're here to inspire, give ideas, tips, tricks. We all start somewhere, so jump in here. We love to do kind of like the entry-level versions of these episodes as well. So it really helps the guys out that are just getting into this, that are looking for things they can do to their basically stock vehicles. So that being said, oh, and it doesn't have to be SCX-10s or race or whatever. It could be anything axial, you know. It could be bombers or Yetis or whatever, you know, Exos. You guys enter them. We will figure out a way to make it happen. And I'm going to go ahead and get off here. You guys enjoy your Sunday. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, hang out with me this morning. And you know what it is. Peace. Oh, yeah. Before we get out of here, just want to remind everybody that's still here, you can basically watch all of these episodes a week early over on my Patreon, you know, 6 days to 7 days early over on my Patreon. If you want to sign up over there, feel free to do that. It's just a way to help me keep this channel flowing smoothly, and also a way to give you guys cool rewards for helping me do that. So, that's it. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna get up out of here. You know what it is. See you guys on the trail. Peace, chick grease fam. Yeah.